Hey everyone, what is up? We have a very exciting video today at Universal Studios. We're a general park update, but we got some exciting HHN news. We're also going to check out a whole bunch of other stuff. Currently, this park is celebrating the Olympics that are going on as I am filming this. So there's a lot of Olympics festivities, but you can also see a lot of Halloween Horror Nights prep work going on. We got some announcements, a lot of merch in the parks. So without further ado, let's get in and let's get going. Even at 2 p.m., man, there are some lines to get into the park. Busy day. First thing to notice walking into the park, the main street has quite a bit of lighting scaffolding going on. Of course, this is prep work for HHN. We'll get a closer look now. There's no lighting installed on it yet, but the truss systems are up. And this is a big structure. Up on top of the buildings, I'm not really seeing anything too new. Nothing at all, actually. But on this first level, there are a few bits and pieces of lighting. So it's not finished yet by any stretch of the imagination, but they're making progress for sure. We'll keep you posted more on this zone. This literally just popped up like overnight. So this is all brand new. Super exciting. Unfortunately, Universal has not announced any of the scare zones for this year's event yet. But typically in the past, as soon as the stuff starts going up in the streets, it is not too long that we have to wait for an announcement officially. So any day now, I'm expecting to know what the streets are, because normally they just dump them all in one big batch. So very soon, we're getting a ton of announcements, more houses, more streets. Progress is flying in the parks. But the seriously exciting stuff is something that you've probably already seen because it's been up for a few days now, but it's in the New York section. So I'm really excited to head over there and see it in person for myself and give you my thoughts on what everything is. But before that, stopping, in the plaza, we've got to check out some of this Olympic stuff. Up here on the stage, they're celebrating a few of the American U.S. citizen Olympic athletes. And then, of course, off the heels of Mardi Gras, we've got a few different food options celebrating the fact that the Olympics are in Tokyo this year. We have some very unique Asian cuisine. Unfortunately, not all the booths are open, but here is a small example of some of the entrees. It seems like with all the other food events that they've had recently in the past few years, it looks like they have quite a bit of options that are gluten-free and vegan. So if you have food allergies or just different preferences, they have a lot of different options here. But anyways, enough of that. More Halloween Horror Nights updates. Usually the first place we see updates are with the lighting. These buildings across the street here typically have quite a bit of lighting on them, but it seems like they've added a little bit more. I don't remember there being quite this much lighting on these buildings. So that might be an update. I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments if there's normally this many lights. I know there's always a handful up year-round, but it seems like there's quite a bit extra up right now. We love a good hashtag. Rounding the corner into New York, though, across the street from the Jurassic World Tribute Store, we do have a very large stage set up for Halloween Horror Nights. And of course, this is for Halloween Horror Nights, we know, because they have put out a sign saying so. Very exciting, very exciting. On both ends, we do have a massive banner with what looks to be a reoccurring logo in the area. I don't know what this logo is. It looks like this is going to be like an original kind of land. So hopefully we'll learn more about it. But hey, if this logo's popped up in HHN history before and I just am unaware of it, leave a comment down below. I want to know. But yeah, it does look like this is going to be a 2-tier stage, so you'll have performers on this main stage here. But then it looks like we'll also have performers up on the second level too. Each year it seems like they've been stepping up their game more and more with the live performances in New York. So I'm really excited about this one. But this area is just littered with stages. And some of them are numbered. There's 1, 2, and 3 way down there. It's kind of hard to see. I'll show you that one in a second. But yes, this is a stage, not just a prop, because there is a little gate in the back for someone to get up and a ladder for people to climb up. So I'm very curious to see what is happening here this year. There's definitely going to be a lot of special performers in this area, not just scare actors, and I'm excited about that. The more the streets become a show, the more I get excited. Here's a larger stage that's right in front of the Mummy. It looks like this one is gonna, I don't know what could be here. This one is shorter, but a lot wider. So probably more of a centerpiece to their show. Gonna be interesting. Stage number 2. This one is identical to stage number 1, just with the number 2 on it. Stage number 3, again, identical to 1 and 2, but just with the number 3 on it. And here's a terrifying piece of HHN. I don't know what's going on here, but the old turkey wagon that is doing, like, I don't know, snacks or hot dogs or something, used to be right here. It's gone. It's gone. I wonder what's up with that one, because when my very first job that I ever got at Universal, I was a food cart attendant, and that was one of the carts that I worked. So, like, I'm not going to miss it or anything. That cart was horrible. But it's just very curious that it's been here since, like, the park opened. It's gone. I wonder if it's just being refurbished or something. Also, a little update in this alleyway. There are a bunch of new boxing ads, like posters that have been put up. Well, not just put up, they're actually, like, painted onto the wall. That's really interesting. But there's a bunch all the way throughout here. Got some circus, a few different boxing, fireworks. Yeah, it looks like an ad for a circus. I wonder if this is Halloween Horror Nights themed. Like, if this is a theme for Halloween Horror Nights, or if it's just a small little update that the park has done. If any of the names on that poster stands out to you guys as Halloween Horror Nights related names that have happened in the past, let me know, because Universal loves to throw a lot of those Easter eggs in there. It could just very well be a normal day-to-day kind of like update to the park, but it's just a strange coincidence that those happened right next to a scare zone as they're currently setting everything up for Halloween Horror Nights. So I don't know. Let me know down below what you guys think of that. Either way, it's a cool update. It just adds a little bit more to that area. I really like it. But before we move on from New York, there has been a strange occurrence of events with the Halloween Horror Nights prep. As some of you guys have seen for sure, there used to be a few more props in the New York area that a whole bunch of people picked up and posted on. I'll post some photos here so you know what I'm talking about. They were here one day, gone the next. Very strange, but they were littered with that logo that was seen on the side of the stage that I showed you at the front of the New York area. So it's just kind of curious. There's this reoccurring logo. It's like an organization, kind of like a purge-related thing, like the first founding fathers kind of thing, or the new founding fathers kind of thing. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if this was like a purge area. I don't think it is going to be a purge area. I think it's going to be something new and original, but maybe a similar concept. Like there's an organization doing something and it's this big event. I don't know. Let me know what you think of that idea down below. Personally, I hope it's not the purge. I don't think it is the purge. I'm just using that as a reference. It's like something maybe similar to that.
Future John here, popping in to let you know real quick that although some of those props did disappear and they are still gone, we do have new props since I recorded this video yesterday. Literally, they are setting up new things every single day. It's almost impossible to keep up with. So here are some photos from our friends at Walt Disney World News Today that are showing off just a few of the new props that have popped up in the New York area. I think these look great. I'm really excited about it. This truck looks sick. still kind of adds to that idea that I was just talking about, but it definitely looks a lot more militaristic now, for sure. There's also been some more decorations to pop up on those stages and stands that I showed you earlier in the video, so just a little bit more decorated now. I think it looks really good. The reoccurring theme of this video is I am very excited. This is going to be great.
You know it's a busy day when the food trolley things are out. They only set those out on the busy ones, and over here on the side, in the classic New York fashion, they busted open the fire hydrant so the kids can play in it. Looks like we found some stored props just ready to go up. Some more lighting truss, as usual. So these will probably go up in this area any time now. A lot of times they do have a smaller scare zone right here in the harbor for New York. Not Halloween Horror Nights related, but this lighting structure just outside of Fast and Furious in the San Fran area is fairly new, but it is a permanent structure. This is for the Cinematic Spectacular that's at the end of the night, or the Cinematic Celebration. I can never remember which one's which. I think it's Cinematic Celebration is the one that's going on right now, and I think Cinematic Spectacular is the one that it replaced. Let me know if that's right, because they're kind of counterintuitive. So I don't see any major props in this area yet, but there are some lighting on the rooftops that are going in. Very exciting. Some more lighting structures just by the exit of Fast and Furious. But the biggest update in this area is this lighting truss here. There's another one just on the other side of this London area. But that's probably, as anticlimactic as that is, that's probably the biggest update for San Francisco. Like I said, lighting is one of the first signs that they're like actually starting to put up stuff for Halloween Horror Nights. They usually start with the lighting and then start putting in the smaller props, eventually working up to the bigger set pieces of props. However, San Fran is typically one of the last areas to get fully dressed, just because it is such a high capacity area. But the streets are actually fairly narrow there. So it usually takes them a little longer to set up stuff in there because they don't want to cram the area more than it already is. So I don't expect to see too much more than just lighting in this area for now. But we'll keep you posted when we see more here. Let's keep on moving down the park though. Again, here's a closer look at that lighting structure just out in front of London at the edge of the San Francisco area. Like I said, we've got some more lighting on the other end of London. That's going into the LA area. We've also got another truss right here. Another one just past the Amity restrooms. Not too much lighting set up on this one little pole over there. There is some lighting, but these trusses, just like the rest of the park, are just kind of here. There's not too much on them yet. But hey, you got to start somewhere. All right, so we're back by Men in Black, and this tarp has been over the sign. I want to clear some things up because a lot of people have been saying that this is in prep for Halloween Horror Nights, because typically in years past, before they put up the marquee for the show that's going to be in the Fear Factor Stadium, they do cover up the sign like this. However, this is not new and doesn't necessarily signify anything, because it has been like this since the parks reopened from COVID. So not too much new here. Other than that, there's not too many signs that things are being prepped in the Fear Factor live stage. Unfortunately, we can't see too much inside the actual theater itself. But there have been some reports that people have been hearing sound tests going on in there. There is quite a bit of lighting up, but I believe that that's nothing new. That's just from Fear Factor. Could be wrong, but yeah, there's not too many signs that work is going on here. I'm sure there is, not too much signs that I can point out to you on video. However, though, I do want to address a rumor that is not Halloween Horror Nights related, but instead is Fear Factor related, because there is a very strong rumor going on out there that, unfortunately, the Fear Factor Live show might not be returning. And in fact, Universal, from the rumors that I've been hearing, Universal themselves have been planning on a Harry Potter expansion replacing the stadium. So if that expansion is this close in the future that we don't think that the Fear Factor Live Stadium's ever going to reopen, maybe if we do have a show for Halloween Horror Nights in the theater this year, maybe that might be the last time we get to see any performance in this theater. So that'll be a big deal if we actually do get a live show for Halloween Horror Nights. It might even be a bigger deal if we don't, because then that's just signing the fate of this theater. I think we will get a show though. I don't think that they're ready to do anything with the attraction for this area yet. I think we're still a long ways off from that, but I can see Fear Factor not reopening. Yeah, I don't know. I hope they do something with this area though. It might be hard to see on camera, but just to let you guys know, the Fear Factor sign is still there and is still all intact. You can kind of see through the scrim a little bit. So they haven't taken down the Fear Factor Live sign yet, they just have it covered up. You can see that the main structures inside the stadium are still there. So yeah, it doesn't look like they've done a whole lot of construction. Doesn't really seem like they've added a whole lot of lighting. So just in my snooping around through the sides of Fear Factor Live, trying to get as close to the stadium as possible without any funny business or anything, I can hear people working back there, like production crew members working back there. So my guess would be that yes, we're definitely getting a show, and yes, there is a lot of work going on back there. You just can't really see it, but if you listen closely, you can definitely hear some work going on back there. So that's a good sign for HHN. This house is not officially announced yet, but it is the Scary Ohio house, going to be in the tent behind Men in Black. Every year to the right of Men in Black by the restrooms, we have two haunted houses right here where these little metal fences are. We normally don't have any sign of progress on these houses until the event actually happens, but soon I'm expecting to get some signage, some marquee signage for the entrance of each house. And when that happens, we'll have two house signs right out front here. It might be hard to see on camera, but peeking through the trees, the tents are set up. Those are left up year round, but there is quite a bit of lighting and scaffolding up back there. So work is happening for sure. Unfortunately, Kid Zone has no evidence of Halloween Horror Nights yet. The Curious George is still closed, and well, I mean, the Barney area is taken up by the DreamWorks Encounter Experience thing, whatever it's called. The DreamWorks Center, who knows? I forget. I already forget what it's called. So yeah, nothing over there, but we're about to go into the Central Park area, and wow, there's a lot here. First thing I noticed walking in, we have truss, but we have truss with lights on it. It's very exciting, very exciting. We also have a whole bunch of speakers lined up over here. This is always one of the best zones for the scare zones. Absolutely love the Central Park area every single year. But yeah, there are quite a few speakers lined up, and it seems like every 20 feet or so on opposite sides of the path, they have these truss systems for lighting up, and every single one of them has lighting on it already, which is really neat. But here you can see even more speakers, and every few feet there's a few. More lighting. We have a strobe light over here on this one. That'll give you some cool lightning effects. Unfortunately, no big set pieces yet, but I wasn't really expecting any of that over here anyways. However, I did save the best for last, not because there's the most done over here, but because we have some great HHN merch that we need to talk about. Of course, again, we got some more lighting over here, and just over on top of the Mel's Drive-In, you can see there's more lighting there too. I just can't wait to see that R and V unlit again. Ooh, because we know it'll be spooky season then. So this lighting is always here year-round, but this lighting is brand new. Again, there's some strobes on, well, there's a strobe on there, as well as some spotlights. Some more lighting being set up on top of the buildings. Always a good sign, always a good sign. But like I said, the real reason we're here in the Five and Dime store which is the exit to the Bourne Stuntacular and the horror makeup show. We have some Halloween Horror Nights merch. This merch is always being switched up. Just the other day, it was set as the monsters, and we had a shirt for The Bride of Frankenstein Lives. However, right now, it is set up for Beetlejuice. This shirt is also Blacklight Reactive. Be yours for $30. We have our main Marquee merch, Halloween Horror Nights 2021. And on the back, Jack is back. This is the monster shirt that was set up in that front display. It's been replaced with Beetlejuice, but here's a look at that one. I actually really like this shirt, but as a lot of Halloween Horror Nights fans have pointed out, it's kind of strange that Frankenstein's monster is the main character on this poster when the house is the Bride of Frankenstein. But I still really like this shirt. We have a shirt for The Haunting of Hill House, and I do believe this one is also Blacklight Reactive. This is not a Halloween Horror Nights shirt, but I wonder if they'll come out with one similar to this for the Bride of Frankenstein Lives house. Very neat design. I like it. Again, not related to the house, but this is a pretty great canvas poster print. Unfortunately, that is all we have for Halloween Horror Nights merchandise. I'm assuming that they're going to be adding a lot more soon. We don't have any of the small trinkets like shot glasses or lanyards or buttons or pins or any of that stuff yet. I'm sure that'll be coming soon. So last year, the Bride of Frankenstein's Lives house, the Bride of Frankenstein Lives house, was one of the houses that they let guests go through during the day on the HHN Light event that they had going on. I did get the chance to go through that one, and I did review it. However, there wasn't a whole lot of content to be made then, so I didn't actually end up posting the review. I am going to post it now, though, that they have said that house is coming back. So keep your eyes out for the review of the Bride of Frankenstein Lives house. It's coming soon. Also, if they do announce the Tooth Fairy, the Revenge of the Tooth Fairy house or whatever, I will go ahead and post the review that I did for that one as well. So keep your eyes out for that. It is rumored that both the houses are going to return. We only have the confirmation of the one. So I'll go ahead and prepare those two videos to be uploaded. So keep your eyes out for that if you want to see a review of what you can expect for the Bride of Frankenstein Lives. I do want to make one note though. I feel like the house is going to be slightly different this year, just because COVID precautions aren't as big of a thing as they were last year when we went through. Reduced scare actors, plexiglass over everything. Very different experience I am expecting than what we'll have this year. But in terms of the layout of the house, the storyline of the house, it's all the same. I don't think they touched a single thing other than removing some plexiglass and fully staffing the scare actors in the house. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that one. So that does it for us at Universal Studios Florida. What a great Halloween Horror Nights update. I know there's not much more than just lighting. We got a little bit of set here and there, but it's just really exciting to know that Halloween Horror Nights is actually happening this year, and it's moving forward, and they're not just announcing things, they're actually building it, they're actually doing it. It's almost here, guys, just 2 months away, little less than 2 months away. Wow, that's so exciting. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of these updates down below. I really do want to hear your opinion. But like I said, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell to be notified when we post new videos. And also, if you really liked it, give us a like. Because get this, guys, it really helps other people just like you enjoy the content that you love to watch as well. So help other theme park fans enjoy the parks the way you do. But for Theme Park Center, my name's John. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, the adventure lives on. Peace.